Hello students, myself Raminder Kaur. This is the third video lecture of chapter number 2, Biological Classification. As in the second video, we have studied the various basic characteristics of kingdom fungi and its mode of reproduction. So here I will start with the various classes of this kingdom. Let's start with the number 1, that is known as Phycomycetes. First of all, we will study about its habitat. So this will grow in water or it requires moisture on the surface where it will grow. It can grow on decaying wood in the moist places, damp places, and even it can act as a parasite on plants. Parasites are those which fully depend upon the host for a specific stage of their life cycle or maybe for the entire length of their lives. Then, as you can see in the picture, which is quite right to the mushroom structure, I have shown the mycelium. Two kinds of myceliums are there, septate mycelium and cenocytic mycelium. Basic differences are septate mycelium has different parts in it. It is divided into different cellular structure with single nuclei in each cell. But cenocytic mycelium means where there is no division of the mycelium and it is multinucleated. So, in case of Phycomycetes, mycelium is aseptate. So, either you write cenocytic or aseptate, it is one and the same thing. First of all, asexual reproduction that takes place with the help of zoospores. If I zoom on this structure, you can see this is structure of a rhizopus like you have done in class 10th also. Sexual reproduction is taking place by different spores and asexual reproduction takes place by these spores. These spores are known as zoospores, right? So these are produced on the blob-like structure known as sporangium. And these spores are produced inside the structure. That's why we may call that spores are produced endogenously. Now, let's come back. So, these spores are motile. They can move with the current of air. And sometimes there are non-motile spores which we call them as aplanospores. Now, zygospore is a structure which is formed by the fusion of two gametes. As we know that whenever sexual reproduction takes place, male and female gametes fuse and form zygote. But here we are studying about the lower kingdoms. So here zygote is called as zygospore. The gametes, they may be same in morphology. So if I zoom on this picture, you can easily find out that the two spores in case of isogamy, they are similar in shape and structure and it's very difficult to find out which one is male and which one is female. But in case of anisogamy structures, female gametes, they are larger and male gametes, they are smaller in structure and they can be identical from one another. Few of the examples under Phycomycetes are mucor, that is figure in 2.5. It is shown. So white colored structure, mucor, that can grow on any moist place such as wood. Then second is rhizopus, the bread mold. And the third is albugo, the parasitic fungi on mustard. So albugo is causing a disease. So it is a pathogenic nature on the mustard plants. Now let's move forward to the second class of kingdom fungi, that is Ascomycetes. Its diagram, you can see orange color structures that can grow on either log of wood or sometimes on the floor of the forest also. They can be called as sac of fungi, sac-like because their structures look like sac. They are mostly multicellular. Most common example is penicillium, from which the first antibiotic penicillin was made. And few examples are there which can be unicellular in structure, for example, yeast. And the scientific name of yeast is Saccharomyces. This yeast can be used in either bread making, wine making, so different household products. So it's helping the humans. Next, they can be saprophytic. or decomposers, means they can depend upon dead and decaying matter, or they are parasitic, means they can cause a disease in plants, or they can grow on excreta of animals. Mycelium is branched. So you can see in this structure. So this is mycelium. Mycelium can be branched and septate. So they have a further division. Asexual spores, they are known as conidia. So as shown in the picture, conidia are the spores which are produced exogenously, means outside. And the structures on which these conidias are formed are known as conidiophores. Sexual spores are known as ascospores. So as you can see here, and they are produced exogenously on the structure called as ascus. So ascus is the singular term and asci is the plural term. They are arranged on the fruiting bodies called as ascocarps. And some examples are there: aspergillus, claviceps, neurospora. Some of them are used in genetic engineering as well. And few of the members of these class of kingdom fungi, they are edible. They are being eaten by different population and they are considered as delicacies. For example, these two examples are there: morels and truffles. So these are edible ascocarps. Morels develop above ground and truffles, they form underground. Let's come to the third class of kingdom fungi, that is basidiomycetes. They are commonly known as mushrooms, bracket fungi or puffballs. Where are they growing? They can grow on any place such as soil, on the wooden branches called as logs, tree stumps, in living plant bodies also. So they are the major disease causing pathogens in different kind of plants, and examples are rust and smut. So here you can see the pictures of rust and smut. The kind of fungi that is causing a disease rust is Puccinia, which can be seen on the plants such as sugarcane, wheat, etc. And the second kind of fungi, that is Astilago, it can cause a smut disease in the corn, that is a maize. So they are quite pathogenic in nature. Then mycelium is branched, septate, and asexual spores are not found, but vegetative reproduction takes place with the help of fragmentation. So you all know, when the body divides into many fragments and each fragment has a capacity to develop into a new kind of species, then the sex organs are absent. Means there will be reproduction, but the cells, the somatic cells, they will help in reproduction. So here the technique which is used is known as plasmogamy. So what is plasmogamy? When the protoplasm of the cells fuse, so the structure which they will form, that is called as dikaryotic, which will ultimately give rise to a basidium, and then a new fungi will be produced. Karyogamy, it is a procedure when the nucleus of the two cells they fuse, and then meiosis means the division will take place and they will produce 4 basidiospores, and basidiospores they are produced inside the basidium on the structure fruiting bodies called as basidiocarps. The simple way to learn all the reproductive structures in kingdom fungi is that the carps, that term will remain same. Like in ascomycetes, it was ascocarps, and ascocarps were producing ascus. And here basidiocarps, they will produce basidia. Let's come to the number 4th class of the kingdom fungi, deuteromycetes. Still there are so many confusions regarding this fungus, because as scientists they keep on discovering about this fungus. Sometimes their characters match with basidiomycetes, the characteristics match with ascomycetes. So still the proper functioning of this fungus is not known. It is also called as imperfect fungi because only the asexual and vegetative phases are known. We are still not clear that sexual reproduction takes place or not. So you have to learn only that perfect sexual stages of these members. They are sometimes moving into ascomycetes and other times into basidiomycetes. So asexual spores, they are known as conidia. So similarly, as we have already talked about ascomycetes. Mycelium is septate and branched. Some members are saprophytes, means depend upon dead and decaying matter, and others they may be parasites in any particular host. while large number of them, they are decomposers of litter. Litter means a waste excreta and help in mineral cycling. Mineral cycling can also be called as biogeochemical cycling. Few of the examples are there: Alternaria, Coletotrichum and Trichoderma. Now let's move forward to the fourth kingdom, that is kingdom Plantae. So characteristic features: number one, eukaryotic, means well-defined nucleus and a nuclear membrane. Also, the organelles are properly bound by membranes. Number second, they are multicellular. Number third, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, which is a very important characteristic. Then last is autotrophic. They can make their own food by utilizing carbon dioxide, sunlight, etc. from the environment. Few of them, they can be heterotrophic, such as Venus flytrap. Then we have pitcher plant with us. They just depend upon few of the insects. So they are called as insectivorous, and some are parasites such as Cuscuta, Amarbale, that take the nutrition from any other tree. Then Plantae kingdom, we have third chapter with us. So we are not going to study this topic in detail here. So it will be studied in the third chapter only, because the whole third chapter deals about kingdom Plantae. Life cycle is divided in two parts: diploid sporophytic and haploid gametophytic. So the whole things will be clear over there only. Now the next fourth kingdom is kingdom Animalia. We know about animals that they are multicellular, then they have membrane around the nucleus, so they are eukaryotic in nature, but we do not have cell wall, but we have the presence of plasma or the cell membrane. We all are heterotrophs, either directly we depend for food on plants or indirectly. Like the person who is saying that I only depend upon milk. So milk is also coming through the cows and buffaloes who are depending upon the plants. So we either directly or indirectly we depend upon the plants. So they digest their food in an internal cavity. We have separate systems. So every animal have certain kind of cavities, and they also store the food in the form of glycogen. Our mode of nutrition is holozoic, that we ingest the food inside our body. There are certain growth patterns which are being shown by them, and higher forms, they have the more complex systems in their body, and most of them, they are capable of locomotion. So this was about today's lecture. Thank you so much.